The Buddha once said it is difficult for the wealthy to attain enlightenment. However, over 100 accomplished businessmen and women in Singapore are doing their best to understand the Dharma by participating in the country's first ever musical adaptation of Water Repentance Sutra, which celebrates the local Tzu Chi chapter's 20th anniversary.
My desire knows no ends, though I may not want to have power or lust after beautiful women. My desire has no limits. That pretty much sums up my life.
We are at the center of Singapore's financial district. Pretty much all the well-known banks of the world have established their Asian headquarters here. The sculpture by Taiwanese artist Yang Yingfeng is titled Forward Towards Prosperity. It was inaugurated on August 8th of 1988, signifying endless fortune.
Singapore gained independence in 1965. In less than 50 years, the city-state became the fourth wealthiest country in the world. A self-made man, Guo Fenhai started out as a furniture factory apprentice, but is now the owner of a multinational company. His sight was always set on money until Tzu Chi came into his life. The first order of business at Guo's office is singing together and eating breakfast, while the boss serves coffee.
The free breakfast, in a way, saves us money.
I don't get angry easily now.
This strengthens inter-office relationships.
The boss will have breakfast with us every day. That's impossible. That was my employees' initial reaction. They said that it won't happen and I would give up in a month. However, I'm getting happier the more I do it.
Guo is willingly participating in the Water Repentance Sutra.
I feel ashamed. My fellow volunteers are so committed. How can I not show up?
No matter how busy, he makes time to practice daily.
Brother Zheng Chang stands right next to me, and Brother Huang Quanlin, now that someone who is truly accomplished, is also performing. What am I compared to them?
Another accomplished businessman, Hong Zhenqun, owns 18 shops and spends 20 days a month abroad. Unable to participate personally, Hong encouraged his employees to take paid leave and join Tzu Chi's Water Repentance Sutra in his place, even though most of practice sessions happen on weekends, when the retail industry is at its busiest.
I'm not worried about my overhead. If they can learn sign language and if they can take in Master Zheng Yan's teaching, they will work better and have a better attitude.
Some 20 employees took their boss' offer, with some even joining after work.
I have changed the way I think. Before, I dreaded over things I was not familiar with because I was scared. Like sign language, it is something we don't know. However, to comprehend the Dharma behind the movements is even harder.
They complained that it was too difficult and they didn't have time. But recently, I heard them say that they are content and grateful and it was all worth it. That's enough for me.
Hong began paddling on the streets with his father as a child, so he knows well that a grateful and content heart is simply priceless.